Good day. I'm Bernie Levine, and this is Art Expo 2017. This is our yearly event. There are approximately 75 artists in BallenIsles, all members of the community, who have contributed 115 paintings and works of art. You will see that later on, and you'll see how talented everybody is, and I hope that you enjoy the show.
I'm Roz Louie, and I'm very pleased to be with Bernie Levine to learn about BallenIsles Art Expo, its history, and most importantly, let me just say, Bernie, on behalf of the BallenIsles community, thank you very, very much from all of us. As residents, we are so proud, and we are so delighted and look forward to this event every year. And I now understand that much of our appreciation and gratitude is thanks to you as the force and the creator of this exhibit. So tell me, if you will, about how this concept began and give us a little bit of history.
About 20 years ago, when I first came here, they asked me to avail myself. At that particular time, they did not have walls, and they had dividers with black cloths over it. We decided that we would utilize what they had, and I went over to Bank of America and I asked them to give us, if they could give us some money to sponsor the art show. They actually gave us $1,000 because they said they were sponsoring the tennis program. After they gave us $1,000, so many people were pleased with it that they introduced me to another division of Bank of America that handles major investments. And at that particular point, they said that they would give us $5,000 a year. So for the next series of years, we were getting $5,000 a year. And with that money, we had them build the walls that you see around you with halogen lighting. And it took care of the cost of the walls, which were very expensive and very permanent. And they did a magnificent job in painting them, and we've changed the colors a few times to give a greater pizzazz to the artwork that they have over here.
So back up with me for just a minute before we get to the walls, and tell me about how you and those who became your committee decided that this kind of an exhibit was worthy of our community, and then how did you go about choosing or inviting artists to be on display?
Well, when we came here, we had people who were already demonstrating their skills, and they had paintings that they had already done, but it was done in a very rudimentary way in terms of actual presentation. Once we got the walls up, it seems that it sort of enhanced the look, and we got more and more people here, to the extent that we have almost 75 members who actually present their work to us.
And from the standpoint of selection, when you are choosing which of the artistic pieces and bronze pieces and other extraordinary creative expressions, how do you select, or is it sort of a committee input, or is it just welcome to all?
Well, we decided that no matter what the people did, we would select their works. And fortunately for us, these people are so talented that there were very few works of art that needed some kind of a suggestion what they might do to improve it. But almost 80, 90, almost 95% of the time, the works of art needed no improvement, and they were almost self-selected. We never literally judged any of the work that we got. Fortunately, it made our job quite much easier. As you'll see later on, some of the works are just, to me, they're just monumental in scope, and they're just phenomenal in taste, and they're just lovely works of art.
At what point in this historical spectrum did photography join the exhibit?
Photography came to be more and more of a significant part of our showing so that about 20 to 25% of our works now, and every year it seems to increase, where the people are doing monumental works in photography with enlargements and color enhancements, and it was a matter of balance in order to get the photos in addition to the regular works of art.
Well, I can only say, if I am a voice for the community, that we thank you certainly for being the force and the continuing influence as we look forward each year to this exhibit, and also to you particularly. Let me ask you about this art that is your contribution.
This is an interesting kind of a thing. I put these two pieces together because this is known as a monoprint. A monoprint means that you actually paint the picture on a copper plate or any kind of a plate, and you put a paper over it and you put it into a printing press, and then you pull the paper up, and mono means that you get one piece, one picture out of the actual painting that you did on the plate. This was the picture that came out of it, and this is not what I wanted. I wanted more of an impressionist look, so I kept the ink that was on the plate already, and I put a second run of it, and I did a second pulling, and this is the picture that I wanted to achieve, and so I always keep them together just to show actually how a monoprint is made. This is the actual monoprint, and people make monoprints just from one pulling. I did a second pull in order to achieve this picture over here.
And this second one is certainly recognizable as an impressionistic, very delicate.
That's what I wanted to achieve, the impressionist
Quite
look.
beautiful, really beautiful, beautiful, and very good to be able to see how, in fact, it transforms from the very detailed, I can't say heaviness, but this first edition and then this iteration that is so very beautiful. So not only are you the organizer and the force, but you are also a creative contributor.
I tried. Initially, I was working with stone, and then I went over to acrylics, oils, and then acrylics, and just try to use different mediums. This was done with a print, done with a printing press. Unfortunately, we had the actual press available that we were able to make the pulling of the print.
Thank you, Bernie, and thank you from all of us.
My pleasure.